after that streak ended, he didn't win another one. He's really keen to win the title. This is on pit straight. Jared Maggs loses the rear, hits the concrete wall. Now the question is how hard. I reckon he's hit it hard enough that he's done for the session. His second year in this category. This is a replay of why the session's been stopped. The Samsung Toyota almost saved it.
If he just unwound the lock on that last spin to straight ahead, it would have gone straight ahead. But look, and unfortunately, so just as he comes around, that's where he needs to unwind the lock there, but it's still off to the left. And Warren Luff, who does a lot of those reverse throws in his stunt show up at the Movie World, and people that have been involved, but fortunately he's okay.
This is what was going on at the same time down at turn 1. Zach Lascalpo, pretty easy here to run off the road when there's a bit of a tailwind there, because it's pushing you an extra couple of kilometres faster into turn 1, and you can't quite go through.
Fantastic. 38 cars, 4 abreast, some on the grass. Let's hope. Oh, you've got to be careful rejoining here.
This is a worry.
Got to really slow it up with ABS too. Oh, he just managed to get through. I think that's Kim Jane or
Tim Brook.
Tim Brook. Going to say the cars look very similar, nose to tail.
So what's happened? Here we go. So this is the replay. Out wide. Oh, that's Aaron Cameron who started the rear, but the accident actually is unfolding in front of him.
Yeah, he looks like he might have got out on the AstroTurf there, Noons, and then they've come in contact on the exit.
And it was Peter McNiven in car 77 who was wide, and then I'd say he's come spearing back across the road, and
I think you're right.
Is in the wrong place at the wrong time by the look of that.
He may have been squeezed out onto the AstroTurf, or may have just, I mean, there was 3-4 cars wide. Maybe this could be the lap. What's his approach like?
It's like we've replayed each lap each time, because he's hit him. Contact made with the leader. He sends him wide. Seaton to the lead. Vernon goes through. That'll be looked into. No doubt about it at all.
Without too much damage, but this, look at this, just that little rub. The question will be how far up the inside, and unfortunately not far enough up. So it was it was more than a little rub. It was a hit in the back wheel. That was the result, and shocking finish for Cam Hill in the end.
John Iafola and Callum Jones got together.
Oh, Luffy's going to just drop the wheel using all the road and some there. Oh no, we've had some contact.
That's Callum Jones involved. Christopher Manley as well, I think, is the car off to the right.
Going up through the hay shed to see who is on his inside. So this is the incident. Now, I'd say what's happened there is just come in a little bit too deep.
Well, there's front damage with Cam Hill. He looks like he's seeing it.
Yeah, he'll be able to see exactly what's happened. Watch the car in front of you. Bit of a moment. Hard on the brakes, and contact. And then he must go back.
Oh, yeah, right.
Wow.
So Callum Jones is unlucky there on the outside.
Big time unlucky. So there's a lot of damage. I mean, the safety car's handy for those guys. It bunches the field up, but they want to get to... Oh, no,
boy.
He's in the middle of the straight there.
That's contact between Cameron Crick and Ryan Yardley. The Kiwi goes on a wild ride up against the Aussies. Very different track for him to contend with here. That's Tim Brook in car 34. Aaron Cameron, both of them off the road on the exit of the final corner.
They've hung onto it, so got to be careful when they rejoin here. Obviously, everyone can see them.
There they go. 2 free spots for Aaron.
Gave them a little bit of room. Not a lot, but he gave them enough. So rejoining. Look at the speed, though. Pretty good save. And Motorsport on the tools himself as well. Oh, here's a big moment.
Cam Walton.
Let's hope he doesn't rejoin at that speed. You see he's got everything locked up. Even with ABS, it's still trying to slow the speed down.
Aaron Cameron off the road.
He's had a
rejoining
busy weekend, hasn't he?
Whoa, that's tight. I wonder if those two were involved together there before that we saw it. Replay here. Cameron's down the inside of Walton, gets sideways and carries him off the road.
That's a big off. So he had a moment, and then as he's corrected into the side.
The Toyota 86s turn on a great race at the Island. Oh boy, it's not over yet. Michael Fabry off the road at MG Corner. Jimmy Vernon, though, he's going to make it 2 from 2.
So we'll keep an eye out what's happened there. Yeah, contact. So perhaps he was just moving across. Oh, it's leapt across the road. That's a big off. You see wet grass. And remember, these cars do have ABS, so you can't really lock the wheels up. Not that it would make any difference. You're just a passenger going across the grass back. Will he get past Vernon? He's right in on the inside. not quite far enough up. Good save by Warren Luff, though.
Oh, Strongman off the road. Trent Grubel as well.
They really slow that down.
They've done well. Done a very good job there. It's very hard to merge back into the traffic, particularly when the grass is wet from the last few days. There's not much control to be had. Luff hangs on for a second there. When they were making contact, I thought he was half a chance to fall off the road, but he's managed to hang on. Vernon, this is where he got the lead in the last race, but Luffy's a wake-up. Grice third, Aaron Borg fourth, but he's hit Grice and launched off the side of the spun car as we look at a replay of the start.
It's pretty clean, wasn't it, back there? About 4 wide. Could have us...
pile up. Turn 4.
9 cars, 10 cars in that.
Aaron Borg leaves the scene. Jake Klein's involved. John Iafola's involved. Zach Lascalpo's involved. James Wilkins. Dylan Golson, Kim Jane, Aaron Cameron.
But look at the angle of Golson and Jane. I mean, I don't know. That's just been a massive knock-on effect of that incident.
And we have a safety car out. No real surprise there, Cam.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have a red flag here, Noons, because this is going to be a long, slow recovery.
The question is...
No one can talk to each other, these drivers. They all need to communicate. No, you go back, then you go. Look, he's actually... Cameron Crick's actually pushing him forward. I think pushing Whitty forward there. So Crick probably needs to try and get reverse. And
it also depends on how much damage has been done to some of these cars. They simply might not be able to get away with it. Now, look in the background, the fight for 4th place. Vernon squirming under brakes. Borg down the inside on Ben Grice, who turns in from a fair way out, just tags the back of him, and then everybody else has got nowhere to go. Borg launches off the side of Grice, and everyone's committed. Nose to tail, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, that's
messy.
Not sure whether what happened here. Let's have a look. I just think there was contact there, but did Grice give him enough room? I'm not sure. And then got turned around. Unfortunately, everyone that's already committed to turn into the corner is already on the inside. Yeah, so that was Liam McAdam, the white car that's just disappearing out of view. He hit Grice on the way through, but was able to keep going. So look at the angle that Grice is turning in there. So the question is, did he give Borg enough room? He's already on the inside. He's getting a slight tap from behind. Like, could they have gone through too wide is the question, with perhaps a little bit more room given by Ben. I'm not sure. It's one of those 50-50s.
And because he's come from a wide turn-in point, he's probably not aware that Borg is that far up the inside. So that'll be one for Greg Crick, the driving standards advisor, to look into. Look at the loading on the left rear of Aaron Borg's car as he launches off Ben Grice. Luke King is the next car through here in car 22.
So there's the contact. Where does Barks go? Grass. Oh, he got a hit from behind.
He got half sent to the grass from a tap from behind, and it worked okay for him.
Yeah, he got out the other side, and look, he's trying to get on with it.
Dylan Thomas.
Race drivers do. And it all unfolded behind him. So this is with Aaron Seaton as well. So have a look just at the bottom of the windscreen. Oh, there it all happens.
And Aaron Seaton managed to get around all of that and sits 5th. Warren Luff leads from Jimmy Vernon, Dylan Thomas, Bargwana and Seaton is the top 5. And there's some pretty upset drivers because there is some severely damaged race cars.
Obviously, he's the guest driver, and he's right on the back of this pack now. So let's see if he can join into the action.
There's been a couple of the invited drivers this over the course of this series. Wilkins wide, brushes the wall. There's a spot for Alex Davis. Side by side for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. I could keep going. They've all made it through, but again, they're all fighting. Car at the wall. Luke Searle was involved there, and now there's more cars involved. The track's blocked. The track is blocked in Townsville. Massive drama. That's Aaron Seaton to the left, spun in the wrong direction. It's James Wilkins on the other side in the black car facing the wrong direction. They're going to have to stop this race because there is a way to get through. Red flag's out. Race is stopped. There's a range of cars here who just had nowhere to go. Aaron Borg in car 3 has managed to keep going. Now, who did what to who? It's a bit hard to tell because we'll have to get a replay or 3 dug out to see who was where. But
you see the concertina effect here, but it's not until the run to turn 3 where trouble brews.
It's out of our view. It was out of Dean Canto's view. It was happening off to the left of the road. Now, let's just have a look here. So Cam Hill's the leader. There he is, the red car. Okay, so it's seated side by side with Tim Brook. They run out of road. I reckon it spun Aaron across the front of Tim.
Yep.
And he's ended up in front of the field. You can hear in the background, it's going on. There's Brook. He emerges okay, but Seaton's been spun. And then they're all riding over one another's wheels. James Wilkins. And I think Damon Strongman coming together here.
We need the view a little bit earlier there.
That was Declan Fraser in the 777 car. Now he's on the left of the road. This is where the accident unfolds. See, Alex can see the incident, so he lifts to avoid. The others can't. Whack straight to the backside.
Alex is going to have some damage on the rear of his car because he could see what was unfolding. Others couldn't behind, so they've kept hard on the throttle, and while he's backed off. So
yeah, and that shows you the start of things there with Stevens today. Finished 8th in the first race, but it's all turned to muck for him now. Replay of turn 2. From the opening lap. Look at the background. There's the contact there. I think it was Zach Lascalpo who got bounced or moved, and Whitty was just on the inside. This is on board with Alex Davison. That's Liam McAdam, and I thought for sure that was going to be a crash, but Cameron Crick, great presence of mind, great spatial awareness to turn out of the corner, because otherwise that was going to be a crash.
Oh, excellent job. You know.
Oh boy! Oh, that's Callum Jones. That's the escape road in the Reed Park area. That's at the penultimate corner. Boy, oh boy, this is serious. That car is on its roof. Down there, the safety crews straight away are on the scene. We're on lap 3 here in Townsville of race 6 of the series. Yellow flags now out. Safety car boards will be displayed.
Now, the first thing the medical crew is going to do is make sure he's okay. The fireys are around, so they're all doing their job.
Medical car straight on the scene. This is in the runoff area down at turn 11. Let's have a look again here. Okay, what's unfolded? There he is on the right of screen, and he's ridden over the back and launched himself off the side of Zach Lascalpo's car and skidded all the way down on his roof. The tyre wall does its job to catch the car. This is another angle. He'll already be on his roof when he arrives in shot. And the Enzo Tech car, oh, that's Luke Vanner. He also made the tyre bundle there, just ahead of all of that. Here it is in race speed. This is down at turn 11, so if you've just joined us, we're under safety car here in Townsville. Steve Owen and Chaz Moss looking on Steve. And it was Ruble down the inside. Bang, into Jared Maggs, who
good car control there.
Saved it and managed to get away with it rather than being looped in front of the pack. On board with Alex Davison. And he's not happy, and I wouldn't mind betting yeah, not happy. Replay here, Aaron Cameron with a big dive at turn 2. Zach Lascalpo goes to turn in, but Cameron's still there. Small little touch, off he goes.
I think Greg Crick will be having a look at that one there.
So Stevie J now outside the top 10.
There's still 10 laps to go in this race.
Oh, Declan Fraser, we just talked about him before. Car 777, the young gun from Mackay in Queensland. I'm actually not sure where that...
competitive everyone is, but also the quality of racing that we're seeing here. Might get a...
Oh, boy, that is Declan Fraser now. He's gone in driver's side into the wall, and the right front's taken the big hit there. And the car was being lost as he was on his way in. Now, whether he did it on his own or there's a tap to unsettle him before was hard to tell.
Well, that one definitely did it on its own.
That's Brendan Perugia, who's making his first run in the Toyota 86s. He'll just turn it around and clear the area.
Probably not quite close enough. If anything, he needs to go defensive to stop Dylan Thomas coming back down the inside. Has a big lunge.
No, contact's made. And off goes Aaron Cameron.
Probably a little bit ambitious from Cameron Crick there. Over-committed under brakes there. Got down the inside. You can see he's gone to the inside. He's still probably back a little bit too far. Throws it down the inside there. definitely not down far enough down the inside there. And look, that's just a simple mistake. Obviously, he'll go and have a chat to him afterwards. But like you said, that'll be one for Greg Crick to have a look at.
So will this one. That's
That'll
James Wilkins having some contact with Luke Vanner. Ben Grice has gone from 25th, I think it was, to 8th. And Brendan Ferrugia has not made it to the finish line. And that looks like the run up to the second last corner. No, this is actually, oh boy, it's just turn one. That's a high speed off into that tyre wall, which has done the job, absorbed the impact. Much nicer than hitting that concrete wall that's behind it. There's one off in the background, out through the dirt. Dylan Thomas gets one of the brake markers signs on the way in and gets a tap and a touch from Aaron Borg, just as he thought he was all okay. It's willing. You can tell it's the last race of the weekend. Oh, now Thomas on the grass with Cameron Crick. Replay here, turn one. James Wilkins down the inside. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, nicely just straightened him up on the exit there.
Well, we've had a couple of run-ins so far today, those two. Replay here at the chase. Christopher, oh no. Contact. And around they go. Declan Fraser's the one who ends up facing in the wrong direction.
Look, I think the officials will probably have a look at that one, but I think it'll be quite easy to officiate on that one. Probably just a little bit ambitious down the inside there. Sort of 3 wide going into there. It very rarely works. Speaking of 3 wide,
more 3 wide, and this is how.
Like I just said, 3 wide doesn't work.
And there are 2 exhibits of exactly why it doesn't and how it doesn't. Leanne Tanner gets away with it around the outside, gets away from the accident zone. Another replay here. There's been a bit going on at the cutting. Oh boy, Dylan Thomas gets tagged. Oh boy, that was James Wilkins, the Englishman, going down the inside.
Look, you can get down the inside there at the cutting, but like what we saw there, if you don't get all the way, you can see a misgear. But I'd say at that point there, you'd be looking at 3rd and 4th. Speaking of problems,
James Wilkins is in the wall. That looks like it was on the approach to the dip up.
2nd place, it's still strong, consistent points in that championship. So for Cam Hill, he's just not getting close enough.
Oh, James Wilkins is wide, way too wide here. He's in the dirty stuff. This is Tim Slade all over from the other day, although he misses the inside wall. He ain't going to miss the outside one here, though.
No, we've seen a replay of this incident already quite a few times in different categories already this weekend. And unfortunately, the outcome is the same for everyone. It's contact with that outside wall. You get a little bit wide over the top. You get wide onto the dirty stuff, and you really do become a passenger. And that is actually a really nasty incident.
Airborne off the concrete wall then. But Jimmy Vernon's still got overlap. He still will keep his nose in a play. Aaron Seaton, bad start. He's been hustled. Aaron Cameron gets a tap. Head on into the wall at turn 1. Hard contact. He's in the fence, and the pack is squabbling up Mountain Straight.
That's surely going to bring the safety car out. Obviously, great to see that he's okay in the car. You can see him moving around a little bit.
Oh, another one. Tim Brook.
He crashed back in the field there.
He and Cameron Crick have come together. The leaders are at turn 2. Safety car called. In fact, there's more cars involved in this. Cameron Hill looks like he's avoided it. Luke King is facing in the wrong direction on the right-hand side of the road. No, there's damage. Cam Hill, the front of his car is damaged. And this is a drama halfway up Mountain Straight on the first lap. Safety car's out. There's Aaron Cameron now. We need to see that again. Aaron Seaton had made a slow start, and I'm not sure if there was the lightest of touches there. We will get a replay to have a look at it. Cameron Crick there in car 7. Tim Brook in 34.
And look, he really has been the form man all weekend. Right through qualifying, he had the speed in race 1. Here we go back to the restart. So watch Cameron there from the 4th row.
Lime green car. It's 3 wide. It's a bit of a rub there with Tim Brook and Aaron Seaton, who just gives him the slightest of taps.
It really was a case of 4 trying to make it into that corner there and just no one willing to give each other room. Here's a different camera angle. This will probably give us a better run. You can see Tim Brook, he's a man on a charge. Aaron Seaton got a bad start. 4 wide into there. Seaton up onto the curb. But what happens up Mountain Straight is going to be...
Well, what happens up Mountain Straight, Warren? Watch the top of the screen. It's a byproduct of what happened at turn 1. It bunches the field. There's the contact. 3 wide. Tim Brooks off to the right. Cameron Crick's off to the left. I'm not sure who the car was in the middle, but it was another case of 3 and a 1 won't go. And then the rest of the pack's trying to take avoiding action. Now, have a look just in front. To the left, in front of that car is Cameron Crick with the blue rear bumper bar. He's involved next. There he is. Flash of white down the side. Try to keep an eye on him. We might get to the bottom of this, although they're up. Oh, boy, Brabs is off in the grass as well. Keep an eye. There's Cameron Crick. He's still in front of that. There's the smoke. There's the drama. Off he goes.
Yeah, so whoever's in the middle of all that, I think the initial contact is with Cameron Crick on the left, and then poor Cameron's gone across the track into Tim Brook, and then they've both come back across to the left. Thankfully, both guys are okay, but it's not the way that you want to see these kind of races get started.
Let's try to pick this up. It's really hard. We need to know who that car was in the middle of Brook and Crick, and of course they go behind the dip there in Mountain Straight. It's, yeah, really hard to tell. There's the touch there. So the touch starts with Crick in the car in the middle. They head to driver's right and wipe Tim Brook with them. He's innocent over the other side by the looks of things. Just saw what Tim Brook said to Cameron Crick. I'm not the best lip reader in the world, but he said, what happened there? Because he clearly had no idea what unfolded. He was the innocent bystander. Check this out. Cameron Hill's crew giving us their best WWE off the top rope elbow drop. Hey, whatever gets the job done. He's back in the race. He's got a busted up car. So the win's on the line in race 11 of the Toyota 86s. Replay here down the chase. Oh no, Jared Maggs cops a whack from Simon Fallon, who's on debut in the Aussie driver search entry.
Yeah, he had a great race out there. Great to see him come over from the New Zealand series, be finisher on the podium in his Bathurst debut. He will be very excited with that one.
Simon Fallon with a bit of contact there to Jared Maggs. So far this weekend, have managed to just sneak away.
And Ben Grice, we saw the momentum with him there down Conrad.
Oh, McAdam and Golson off the road. Milligan as well. Got to rejoin safely here. They've managed to do it. Well done.
Wipers going there for Golson.
Great first lap. And this was Golson with McAdam down the inside. And Milligan tried to go between the two of them. He made contact with McAdam. That sent him into Golson. All three off the road and out of contention. For the win anyway. There's lockups, there's weaving, there's lunges. We've got it all.
With 34 cars out there, there are plenty of little battles. Oh, I've just noticed in the background there, massive amount of dirt being kicked up from the inside of Murray Corner.
Yep.
And we've got the 38 in the fence on the outside, so that was awkward. We said there was plenty of battle packs going on.
And Luke Van is done. He's bogged. He won't get out of there under his own power. At least he's been able to pull it over and back it into one of the gaps between the concrete safety fences. Leanne Tan has given us plenty of action to watch so far in this race. Oh boy, that's what happened.
And that's what I was talking about. That's what I could see going on in the background.
Here's another angle. It was airborne, Andrew. It was airborne on the way into the camera shot. That's a hard hit.
That is a hard hit. And for Van Harwoord in the 38 there, it is the worst feeling when you turn into a corner like that and you're doing absolutely nothing wrong, and then all of a sudden you feel this massive whack. You think, geez, what has just happened there? Where has that come from?
With some teeth showing, Ben Grice in the wall. John Iafola, that is on the exit of turn 1, and we are eliminating guys who were contending for the money, who were in the fight for second and third in the series. This guy was equal second in the points coming into the weekend. His car is damaged, and that will bring out the safety car here. He's not the only one involved. John Iafola is just up the hill, up Watt Street. He's not going anywhere either. The car says king of the pack, but it is not right now. That's heavy damage. Let's have a look at what's unfolded on board with Jonathan Webb. And it's all occurred up in front of Jonathan. Let's have another look. Bengrice just jags the tyre bundle on the exit. He did that yesterday in qualifying, but was able to push on up the hill. But it's grabbed him, it's sucked him in here, slowed his car, and Iafola has nowhere to go as he spins in front of him.
Yeah, Iafola, unfortunately, just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that's a nasty accident for both of those cars. I really hope they can get them back out on track for the race this afternoon.
So Bengrice clips the curb at turn 1. That's pretty regular. You see all the other cars doing it, but it carries him too far. He just tags the tyre bundle, but it grabs the car and spits it around.
A few laps, and knowing they've only got a lap or 2 left.
Oh, look out.
There's going to be some desperate moves going on.
Jake Klein gets muscly with Aaron Borg. Tried to get it done, couldn't quite. It's open up behind. Liam McAdam and Luke Hanna getting together. They got away with that. Oh, no, they didn't. McAdam goes around right in front of the field. Webb makes it through. Declan Fraser avoids.
Oh, no.
No chance. No chance at all.
Oh, no.
Blind corner, a couple of cars involved. And that is a drama. The last lap of the Toyota 86s. Chris Manley makes it through. Declan Fraser did a really good job to get to the left and avoid. Liam McAdam, I reckon we'll be able to at least clear quite a few of these cars. The question is how much damage. Zach Lascalpo has huge damage on his car. The rest of the field's raced on. In fact, he needs to pull that one over. There's a fire underneath that car. Up front, Cam Hill has taken the win on a dramatic last lap. Steve Owen is second. Jimmy Vernon's third. But half the field stuck halfway around the lap.
Yes, and this car is definitely having an exciting finish.
Well, that's keen to get back to take the finish. There's fire extinguishers right there on pit wall,
Great.
so they'll be there to help that car. In just a moment, Zach Lascalpo will bail out of it. He's made it across the line, and they need to get onto that quickly because that's starting to take a hold. A dramatic way to finish race 13. We've had title contenders wiped out. We've had a last lap accident. We had a safety car in the middle of the race, and unfortunately now we have a car on fire here on pit straight.
On the starting grid, whoever's starting in position 9 in the next race won't be very happy about that.
No, definitely not, Leanne. That's absolutely right. Good news is that Zach's okay. He's stepped from that car. The fire, he's just straight onto it to try to look after that, but it's still burning underneath.
That doesn't look good, and I think sadly that might be the end of his weekend. It looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to salvage that one with a race to come in. I think about 4 hours' time, and then another race tomorrow morning. So plenty of drama here in Newcastle. Let's have a look again at what unfolded. Liam McAdam in the background. He got a tag from Zach Lascalpo, so that's where the damage came from Lascalpo. That's ended up with his car catching on fire, and then the rest of these guys have nowhere to go. There's just no chance. It's a blind corner, and even if there's yellow flags out quickly, they're already there.
That's right. You're already committed to the corner. There's not much you can do at this point.
And we're on board with Jonathan Webb there.
But I think it's, these two are clearly a lot faster than the rest of the field.
And this is the move. Borg down the inside. Contact behind. Thomas gets a hit on the way through. We're going to see lots of drama at that track in every category this weekend. At that corner, I should say.
Speed a little, as you can see. He's got someone else dragging up the other side of him there.
And that's Cameron Crick. He's going to get a helping hand here from Kane Baxter Smith, who in turn gets one from Jared Whitty. They all managed to get away with that. I thought someone was going to end up spun the other way. Replay here. So there's our top two just getting away. Vernon, there's Dylan Thomas just brushing the wall. And then down here at turn 11, Borg making a move. That's Slow Thomas, who was hit by Luke Vanner. And they all went firing to avoid him. Then there was this touch up at turn 2. Kane Baxter Smith got away with that one. A lot of replays. Hard to keep up with everything that's been going on.
It's been a very hectic start to this race. I think everyone's keen to make up positions as early as they can.
Great shot of the run down to turn 1. Cam Hill still leads the way from Steve Owen. Drama here. Graham Smith is involved. Declan Fraser in 777, the teenager from Mackay, who avoided one of the incidents in the earlier race, but he's been hit here from Graham Smith. He's been able to get away, but he's got a rear wing now because the bonnet's been, the boot's been popped open on the 777 car.
He's got something flapping at the back there too.
there's some fluid and coolant on the road there. The radiator in Graham Smith's car, the Hazard Solutions car. Talk me through it.
Here he goes. He's just too late under brakes. He's collided with the 777 and, yeah, unfortunately put them both in the wall.
And that is just a simple mistake there. Not only does Declan Fraser hit the wall side on, it's a tyre wall, so that's the great part of there. Concrete is behind it all, but you've got the tyres and the rubber belt. Still doesn't mean that that's a nice noise, though.
No, so it's great to see him and some of the others working their way through the field.
Oh, Liam McAdam and Christopher Manley got together there, and for a second I thought Liam McAdam was heading to that concrete wall. Let's have a look at a replay here on the run home. Oh no, Jared Maggs. Oh boy, it's still going. It's still going. He made it around the corner. I thought he was going down the escape road there for a second, but he managed to get away with it, and he finished in position 21. It's even between the top two. It's even between third and fourth. Lots of side-by-side running down to this tight turn one. Already there's one out of control. A little bit of a tap in the background, and Kane Baxter-Smith ends up off the road. Luckily, out of the way as they fire on up Watt Street to turn two. Top two again, as they've done previously, clearing away. James Wilkins came very close to Jimmy Vernon there. Now it's all, oh boy. This is Jake Klein, and I think that's Jared Whitty. They've come together as well, so only got a couple of corners and we had drama. Steve Owen we rode on board with there. There's the touch, and I reckon that's Liam McAdam in the white and black car that made contact there. One heading to the pit lane exit just to make sure that they stayed away from the incident. Oh, Jake Klein bounced off the fence. Now that sets up what happens next and why he and Jared Whitty ended up in drama. Look, there they are. There's the rub. They're overlapped, and Whitty is in the wall. Luckily, everybody else, though, is able to spot it early and get away from them and carry on up the hill. Just a small little overlap there. Yeah,
it just looks like he didn't quite have enough room between the wall and his own car, which just squeezed Klein into the tyre bump.
Oh no, Christopher Manley in the wall. That's popped the radiator of car 43. He would be wise to shut that down straight away. In fact, we've just gone safety car just as that was unfolding. Now he's, okay, right. I was trying to figure out what was about to occur. He's just juiced it up coming off the corner by the looks of things and hit the inside wall. Oh no, this is a drama here too, because this is Gavin Reynolds, who has had damage to that car this weekend, and they've been able to get it back for this race. He missed the second race yesterday. Oh boy, this is big. Liam McAdam, Aaron Seaton have got together and run off the road. And in the tyre wall there, a long way down the escape road. Is that turn 11? Oh, Nick Carroll. Oh no, he was fourth. He's not anymore.
They're dropping.
Oh, Vernon, the series leader, the champion, who has not finished off the podium in a race all year, is in the lane. What's going on? Nick Carroll brings it back. Look at the damage on that car. It's got damage to the pillar.
That looks like he's had a pretty hard hit.
Has someone ridden over the side of that car? Look at the damage, Leanne. It's not damaged down the bottom, it's damaged up in the top.
Yeah, his windscreen's smashed. I wonder if something did happen with Vernon.
Here we go. Let's have a look at this. So there's Aaron Seaton. Gulson. McAdam rides over the wheel of Dylan Gulson and is out of control and takes Aaron Seaton off with him down the escape road. But this is separate to whatever's gone on with Nick Carroll and Jimmy Vernon. So McAdam can't stop. Cannons into the side of Aaron Seaton. That actually helped slow him down. It's terrible for Aaron because he was a bit of an innocent bystander in all of that. But this is separate to whatever happened between Jimmy Vernon and Nick Carroll. Aaron Borg, this might tell us some more. Vernon, Vernon running slow on the exit. Carroll goes to the outside and launches off the side into the wall. But why was Vernon slow? Has he got a mechanical problem that he's slowed? Carroll's been caught unaware, run out of room and ended up in the concrete. That's a weird one.
I'd say Vernon didn't realise that Carroll was on the outside there. And unfortunately for him, he's now out of the race because of that.
Commonality between a ute and the Toyota 86. They're production-based cars. This is Aaron Seaton. Who's not happy trying to find his way out of the lane and get a gap.
Being production based, they've still got the handbrake there.
Well, Lachlan Deagle, he was doing his bit for trackside signage. I mean, I know sometimes they like to bring in the signs at the end of the race weekend. It's very kind of him that he's bringing it back around to pit straight here, but this is probably a bit too far overboard.